everybody? Welcome back to Marty's Alliance. I am Marty. And here I am on a motorcycle doing a little motovlogging. This is something I kind of want to start getting into. Kind of want y'all guys to let me know what y'all think. Some kind of ideas y'all want to motovlog about. And let's see what we can do. I figured I'd come down here and get the bike out. Been a little bit burnt here recently, and that's house burnt. Then all the weather, the snow, the not working, sitting at home, you got to kind of get out. And with it being the 10th of February and being 70 degrees outside, guys, you got to get out and twist the throttle a little bit. You got to do something. What I'm holding right now, it is a 1986 Honda MAGNA VF700. Some people might call it the V45. It's not the V65. I kind of wish it was. There's the big 1100 monster. And I don't know if he called this right here a V40 or V45. But it's something. And that something is amazing. I'll tell y'all a little bit how I wound up getting this bike. Buddy was scrolling Facebook Marketplace and asked me if I want another bike. And I said, I don't want another bike. I said, I've already got one, but kind of see what all we can do. Yeah, I messaged the guy, asked him if he still had it. He said yes. I ain't going to tell you anything because this kind of disclosed information on what I had and what I gave for the bike. And I asked him, I said, what are you willing to part with it? He said, yeah. I said, where's it at? He said, let's go on down here in the building and check this thing out. Oh, we went down there in the building. Oh, my word. This thing was sitting on 2 flat tires, dead battery, and had about this much bird shit and dust and everything on this bike. Well, I talked with him. It's been lowered. It has lowering shocks on this. And I said, I don't know. I don't know if I want to. It's going to be a lot of work getting it ready. Don't know if I want to get it or not. Well, he assured me that it ran fine. But, you're taking somebody's word off of Facebook. Some people are good, some people aren't, but you can't really trust and take everything at face value. Well, I went on ahead and I said, well, does it have a clean title? He said, yes, it does. Well, I gave him the money, loaded the bike up, left. On the way home, I stopped at a car wash. I washed the bike off. And, well, it done a pretty good job. Didn't really go over it quite a bit, but just mainly knocked the heavies off, as I like to say. And took it to the house. Aired up the tires, pushed it in the shop, got the battery charger out, and put the battery charger on the battery, put some gas in it, and turned the key. Once I turned the key and hit the button, choked it a little bit, she fired right up. Now granted, it didn't sit there and run all perfect, because think of this, guys, it's been off the road since 2017. Well, I went on ahead and kind of put it on the back burner for about a year and a half, trying to get another bike running, this and that. I got back to this, went up there and cleaned the carburetors on it. once I cleaned the carburetors and rebuilt the master cylinder for the clutch, because it has the hydraulic clutch on it, I got it running, got it licensed. Wound up getting historic tags put on it. Don't have to license it until 2099. And guys, if I'm still around in 2099, hell, I'm doing something right. But anyway, let me get back to the motorcycle talk here in just a second, after I show y'all the Kentucky Dam down here on the bottom on the Marshall County side. We'll pull on up here and get a good look at everything. Nice and pretty. But we'll get off and kind of give y'all a good little look at the bike. That's it, guys. 1986 Honda Magna VF700. It's like I said, 86. Guys, I was born in 86. So this motorcycle is 39 years old. Well, actually, it's 40. It's the year before, but it's still 86. And the license plate on it had 11/17. Well, 11/17, that's my birthday, guys. So you can't complain about that. So is that something that's meant to be? And also, it just turned over 19,000 miles. But let me go ahead and change out the battery on this, because I'm at 7%. And I'll get right back with y'all. I'll see you here in just a second. Alright, guys, I'm back. Well, let's walk on down here and check out the pier while we're here. Get that, check out the pier while we're here. And once we'll hop back on and ease back towards the house. I just want to kind of check everything out, see how everything's going to work, if it's going to be wonderful or not. I got over fishing over here. Man, it's a beautiful day. Beautiful day to be out for a ride. Beautiful day to be down here fishing too. I tell you what, there's a guy, he passed away several years ago, and we'd always take his bass boat out. And what we'd do, we'd come down here and we would troll around those pillars right there. And with us trolling around them pillars, we'd take cut bait, little small pieces of cut bait, and bounce bottom all the way around each one of them pillars. And man, the catfish galore. It is crazy how the catfish we caught. But there's a video that I want to make for y'all. I want to get in the kayak, and I want to do a little bit of bumping bottom around them pillars. Granted, we're right here below the dam, so make sure it's one of them days that the current like this right here isn't flying around. It's kind of circulating right here. But I also want to take from about right here and kind of drift my way down river and see if I can't catch sauger or crappie along them rocks. But guys, this right here is the Kentucky Dam, and we're right underneath US 62. I don't know if you know where that's at, here in western Kentucky. But let's get up here and get this rascal right here fired up, and we'll put the old steed in the wind and ease back towards the house. get this video out to y'all. But I hope this weather stays the way it does. I know it's supposed to rain on Valentine's Day, which is Saturday. And it might break some people's hearts. But I'm glad the snow's gone. If it rains one day and pretty the rest of them, let's take it right there as a good time. I think I'm going to cheat and walk up this. Yep. Here we go. Alright, let's get this old steed fired back up. We'll talk a little bit more about the bike on the way to the house. Oh, well, since this guy, he put lowering shocks on this bike, and with him doing that, the kickstand is a little bit too long. So you better watch out whenever you're parking this, because the rascal is standing straight up. It is standing straight up, so slightest wind, a little bit of movement will knock his bike over. It does have a center stand, and with somebody that put lowering shocks on it, this bike is extremely hard to get on that center stand. It takes everything I've got to do it, but it can be done. Hey, a little wet. How do we want to do this? I think what we'll do, we'll go up here, hit 62, come into Calvert, and go towards the back. But anywho, let's get back into it. Got out there after I put a battery on it, changed the carburetor, cleaned the carburetors real good, and once I cleaned the carburetors, I had to rebuild the master cylinder for the clutch because it has a hydraulic clutch. Got it licensed, got insurance on it, ready to ride, and I said, well, I'm going to have to clean this. I'm going to have to clean this bike up. Now, I've got a detail business, Marty's Mobile Detail, out of Calvert City. I'll soon start making some videos on detailing, but I got out there and soaked the old girl up real good, cleaned her up. Guys, it blew my mind. That there's not a blemish on this bike. Been sitting for a while, so that tells me that the guy took good care of it. I did change the oil with it. I'm not using no Honda oil or anything like that. Believe it or not, I'm using a Rotella T4 that has the Jazzo 1 and 2 for the wet clutch technology. And it's about $15-16 a gallon versus about $8 a quart for your Honda oils or your Castrol's or Valvoline for the wet clutch technology for the motorcycles. So do a little research on your oils, guys, and that right there might kind of help you out a little bit. Just make sure nothing's coming over our shoulder, nothing's coming, and give her the chicken, boys. Put her OD overdrive. This is a 6-speed transmission. Well, here we are, 6-gear, about 47 miles an hour. Pretty neat. It's pretty decent fuel mileage. I did run out of fuel on this bike once. tank. Got out after I got it running and everything. Decided I'd take on a little trip. Now, you know, it's always set my odometer right here. It got up there about 138 miles. Now, 139, that rascal went to spitting and sputtering and cutting off, and I ran out of go-go juice. Well, the old lady, she was on her little Yamaha Virago 250. She was riding with me. I was over in the area that I knew pretty good. I called him up. I said, "Hey, man," I said, "you at the house?" He said, "No, I'm in Talladega. I probably got a racetrack or something like that." And I said, "Well," I said, I'm getting delivered. I said, "Do you have a gas can?" He said, "I believe there's a gas can over there. Most of them are empty. If you need one more, bring it back." I said, "All right, I'll do that." Well, anyways, I told the wife, I said, "Honey," I said, "will you sit here and watch the steed? And I've got to run up the road a little bit to the nearest truck stop, which is up at exit 16 on I-24. Up there, got some gas in it." But guys, what is it whenever your most embarrassing moments that you can be in? And number one, I ran out of gas. That's embarrassing enough. Number two, you're on this little bitty Yamaha Virago 250, and I'm crammed on that rascal. Crammed on it. Number three, either you had to hold the gas can going down the road and it's catching wind and trying to pull you whichever way but loose, trying to yank you off the bike. And then you want to meet everybody that knows you. "Hey man, what's going on? When'd you get that bike?" And hey, it's kind of embarrassing if you ask me, but you got to do what you got to do, and don't worry about what anybody else thinks. As long as you know what you're doing is right, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. But anyways, went back, put fuel in the bike, rode it to the house. Guys, the confidence that I get on this bike here, being, I guess you call it vintage, does that mean I'm vintage? Being the bike's the same age. It's kind of weird. But being an older bike, it's real nice to have compliments on this bike. See, whenever we're out riding, we wind up getting the Cena headsets. You know, I've got a Cena headset on this bike, in this helmet. The old lady has one, my buddy has one, his wife has one. And if we all link them together while we're riding and I'm videoing or whatever I'm doing at that time, fucking idiots. Anyways, people just want to cut you off and they don't care about it. I'm into the turn right there. Anyways, as I was saying, we could get out and get riding and link up the headsets to one another, and we could all have conversations and talk about the rides, talk about the day, let everybody know about their bikes, what they're riding, how they're riding, what got them into riding. And I think that's what we ought to do, you know. Try to get somebody on the horn, which I'm going to have to test out to see if y'all can actually hear what's going on, or give them a headset. I ain't got a headset, but a wireless mic. That way they can kind of talk about their bike, what got them into riding, what they like about riding, what has changed, what's their greatest fear, so on and so forth. You know, just something to kind of chit-chat with and get y'all's views and opinions about everything. out to at any doggone minute. It was nice, sunny, 70 degrees. It's still about 64, 65 right now, but that sun is left, and if you'll look, you see that line across the sky. It looks like it could dump a gallon of water a minute out there. I'm not saying I'm scared to ride in the rain or nothing, but I'm not in the mood to get wet. Really not in the mood to get wet. We're popular here in Calvert. See this? Calvert City Country Club. That right there is the one that Travis Tritt's something about. I'm kidding. Pretty sure that was somewhere other than here. Alright. I'm gonna try to do this video without a bunch of editing and cutting stuff out. Kind of wish I would have charged up my camera a little bit with my batteries a little bit more. That way I could have done this whole ride on one battery other than changing it out down there at the dam. But we're still recording. We're still doing stuff right. That's all that matters. I've got a video that I want to put out, and that video has to do with this bike. I want to try to get kind of like not really in an abandoned location, but somewhere where there's not a lot of traffic. And I want to go through and do a little bit of B-roll on the bike, kind of introducing the bike to the channel. Granted, this right here is introducing the bike to the channel, but actually going through and talking about it, you're probably going to hear a little bit of extra stuff that I've done, and you're probably going to hear some stuff that I've already said in this video, such as the carburetors, the master cylinder, the grips, because the grips that are on the bike, they were absolutely junk, falling apart. And it's for the Jungle website, and that place is called Amazon. Yesterday, I got out and wound up getting some saddlebag brackets put on here. And, the saddlebags came with the bike, and they were all kind of folded in, and it did not look right. It was kind of rubbing the tire, and I took them off. I said, they're not going back on that bike until I'm able to get a set of saddlebag brackets for it. But once I got them on, man, it made a difference. It kind of grows on me. And of course, everybody knows if y'all doing your riding, y'all need a place to store stuff. You got to put stuff everywhere. And up here in the pickcock of this fighter jet, I want to get a cup holder. I got a cup holder on the bagger, but I don't want one that's real big and gaudy. I want one that'll probably set about right here. Something a little smaller, because the other one I have, it kind of comes out to you. That way you can get your drink out, and it has 14-inch ape hangers on it. And I want something that's a little bit more accessible and not very gaudy. I don't want to change up the exhaust on it. Kind of want to keep it quiet. Kind of keep it as much as an original as possible. But some of the cosmetic stuff, like the handlebar grips and little things like that, I'll definitely change that out. Has anybody, by the way, has anybody ever used a CNC motorcycle foot pegs? Kind of look like little grips. Because I'm kind of thinking about putting a set of those on here. And I don't know, should I go with like the anodized red, kind of matching the bike? Should I do a silver? Should I do a chrome? I've not made up my mind. If y'all want to, y'all let me know. Let me know what all y'all like to see done. love this bike. You cannot convince me otherwise not to have a good running, cheap bike. And guys, I tell you right now, if somebody came up and offered me what I gave for this bike right now, I tell them, y'all are cray. Ain't no way I'd sell this bike. You know, a man's got to have options. Options. I've got to have options. Y'all have options. I want an option to know what bike I want to ride, what day, when I can do it. If it's pretty, if it's not pretty. But some people, I'll say this now, some people want that brand new bike. Hey, if y'all can swing it, y'all can do it, good for you. And I'm proud of you. Do it. But I tell you what's going to hurt the most. Let's say y'all want that brand new 2025 or 2026 Road Glide or Road King or Street Glide or hell, Honda Goldwing or whatever y'all decide y'all want. Y'all go up there and y'all get a loan for it. Y'all say y'all are approved, right? Well, comes into summertime, spring and summer, y'all out riding, having a good old time, making your payments, got your insurance, got everything all up to date. Payments are good. And somebody is smoking that ganja around here, boys. But anyways, squirrel moment. Comes into wintertime. And how to put that bike up, put it in the shed, put a cover over it, whatever you got to do. It's sitting there saying, Daddy, ride me, please. Come on, Daddy. I want to go for a ride. Let's go. You can't. The only riding you going to do is riding on that pocketbook, shelling out that $300, $400, $500 payment that month. But you ain't riding that bike. That's what I don't like about it. These bikes that I have, they're paid off. They ain't eating nothing. I don't know, well, they might eat 3.5 gallons of fuel a day, and that's depending on how much I ride it. So you're looking at about $12 $12 to $24 a week if you ride it twice a week. Then your insurance, you know, on this bike right here, yearly, you're maybe looking at $80, $90 a year. Would you prefer to do that, or would you prefer to do a payment? Hey, it's y'all. Y'all do what all y'all need to do. As long as y'all get out, y'all have fun, that's all that matters. Well, guys, the time is coming. Y'all know what I'm going to say. With friends, family, and an alliance like y'all, anything's possible. Get out, get you a bike, get riding. I love y'all guys. I see you.